Hello everyone, iCool Tech here. So iOS 15.2.1 is no longer being signed by Apple, and what this means is that you can no longer downgrade to this release of iOS if you are having problems with iOS 15.3, for example, or the betas of iOS 15.4 even. So I did come across the fact that iOS 15.2 beta 1 and 2 are still being signed by Apple, as well as a few pre-release versions of iOS 15.3. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you exactly what you need to do to get on one of these versions before they are unsigned. Now, of course, if you do want to see more content like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. Anyways, let's get straight into the video. Alright, so here's what you need to ensure that this process goes as smoothly as possible. So depending on your computer, you will need a USB-C to Lightning connector. Now, if you don't have access to one of these, but your computer only uses USB-C, you can get away just fine using any type of dongle, that's USB-A to USB-C as well, paired with a matching USB-A to Lightning cable. This will work just fine as well. Now, of course, if your computer does use USB Type A, well, guess what, lucky you don't need to go through any dongles or anything, you can just use one of these. Of course, you will need the device in question. In my case, I'll be using my iPhone 7. We're going to be downgrading from iOS 15.4 beta 1 to iOS 15.2 beta 2. And of course, last but not least, you will need your computer. Now, this process works with both Windows and macOS. In this case, the first half of the video will be dedicated to how to do this with macOS, and the second half will be using Windows. Now, if you don't have a Mac and you're looking to do this on Windows, you can just skip right to the Windows section using the timestamps in the description below. Alright, so for you Mac users, we're just going to dive right into this. So you can use any web browser of your choice. Firefox, Chrome will all work perfectly fine. I'm just going to be defaulting to Safari in this case. And you're just going to navigate to, link will be in the description, idevicecentral.com. Now, a huge shout out to GeoSnow, the tech YouTuber that actually owns this website, for providing this tool. Link to his YouTube channel will be in the description below, right next to this website. Alright, so once you're on the main page, you're going to find iOS signing status, and you're just going to click it. Now, you're going to scroll until you see, please select your device right here, and you'll see a drop-down menu that defaults to iPhone, but if you click on it, you can scroll, find all the iPhone models, as well as every iPad model and iPod Touch. So in this case, we're going to be downgrading iPhone 7, so I'm going to find the iPhone 7. So you can see there are four options here, 7 Plus, 7 Plus, 7, 7. I'm just going to select the GSM model for the iPhone 7. Now, you'll find on the next page signed iOS betas for this device, and this shows you all of the beta releases that are signed, including the RCs. Now, right under that, you'll also find the public releases, the stable releases, and you'll see that iOS 15.3 is the only public version that is still signed. So if you try to download 15.2.1, the public release of 15.2, or any older iOS release for this device, it will fail when you try to downgrade to it. So in this case, I'm going to be downloading the beta 2 of iOS 15.2, and you're just going to click the build number right next to the version, and it will start downloading. Now, if you do get a prompt asking you to allow downloads on this website, absolutely allow the download so it can download. But do keep in mind that your download speed will vary depending on your internet connection, because these are rather large files, so the slower the connection, the longer it naturally will take. Alright, so my software file has finished downloading. As you can see here, we have the iOS 15.2 iPhone 7 ipsw file. And what we're going to do next is take the device in question, and we're just going to plug it into our computer. We're going to unlock the device, and if it does ask you to trust the computer, just tap trust, and then it should ask you to enter your passcode if you have one, and just enter the passcode. So once that's done, we're going to open up the Finder if you are on macOS Catalina or later, or iTunes if you're running macOS Mojave or earlier. So of course, here you can see that my iPhone 7 is running iOS 15.4, as I stated earlier, and if we scroll down, you can see options for backing up your device. So before you proceed with this downgrade, I strongly suggest making a backup and storing it to either the Mac or iCloud before proceeding with the downgrade, as there is a slim chance that your iPhone, something could happen during the restore process and it may be erased. Absolutely make a backup before you proceed. So anyway, what we're going to do now is we're going to click and hold the Option key and click check for update, and you'll see we have a Finder window right here with our ipsw file. So this is of course the iOS 15.2 beta 2 file that we just downloaded, and we're just going to click open. So now it will tell you that your Mac will update your iPhone to this release and verify it with Apple. So we're just going ahead and click update. So now the Mac is going to downgrade your iPhone to iOS 15.2 or whichever version you decided to downgrade. Again, in my case, 15.2 beta 2. And you're just pretty much going to let it run through this process. All right, so you can see here that it did ask me for my password. So we're just going to go ahead and type in our password on the iPhone. And then we're going to click continue on the Mac, and it will proceed with the update. All right, so my iPhone 7 has just finished downgrading to iOS 15.2 beta 2. So just to verify the release here, you can see that we are currently right here, 15.2 beta 2, 19C5036E. Now, once the process is done, you can go ahead and unplug your device from your Mac, and that is it. We are now on iOS 15.2. All right, so for you Windows users out there, first and foremost, I do want to mention this is my 13-inch Intel MacBook Pro, so I'm running Windows 10 through Boot Camp, but I would like to mention that the process will be pretty much identical to that of any native Windows computer, so there's nothing to worry about there. Just follow the tutorial and you'll be fine. So first and foremost, if you don't already have iTunes, we do need to download that, so the link will be in the description, Apple's website, where you can download iTunes. And it's going to ask you to download the one from the Microsoft Store. We are not going to do this. In fact, we are going to scroll down just a little bit, and you'll see looking for other versions. And this is where we're going to click Windows. And now it will ask you to download either the 64-bit version or 32-bit version, depending on which version of Windows you're running, depending on your computer. So in my case, this will be the 64-bit version, but I already have this downloaded, so I'm not going to click on that download button. In your case, if you don't have Windows, just click that download button. The download will start, and it'll appear here in your downloads. So in my case, I'm just going to click open file. Now I do already have iTunes, installed on my computer. However, it is not this version, so I will be technically updating right now, and I'll be back when it finishes. Okay, so iTunes is now loaded and ready to go on our computer, but we're not quite done yet. We still need the iPhone software file so we can downgrade to iOS 15.2 beta 2. Now to do this, we're just going to open up any web browser of our choice. Now in my case, I'll be using Edge, but Chrome and Firefox will work just fine too. And we're going to open the browser up and navigate to iDeviceCentral.com. Now this website is owned by YouTuber GeoSnow or FCE365. I will leave a link to his YouTube channel in the description. If you don't know of him, make sure to subscribe to his channel. He posts really awesome iOS content that you may find very interesting. So of course, we're going to click the iOS signing status right here, and it's going to bring us to another page where you can see a drop-down menu, and it's defaulted to iPhone, but if you click on it, you will have options for iPad and iPod Touch as well, every model. And in this case, we're going to be looking for iPhone SE first generation. So let's see, 5S SE. So right here, iPhone 8,4, iPhone SE. So we're just going to click on our device. Again, your device may be different, so just find yours and click on it. And now you can see we have signed iOS betas for this device, and we have 15.3 beta 2, 15.3 beta 1, the RC for 15.3, and here we go, beta 1 and beta 2 for 15.2. Now under this, you also have the normal public iOS releases. So the only one currently signed is iOS 15.3. So if you do try to downgrade, to any of these releases that are not signed, it will fail. So in this case, 15.2 beta 2 sounds good to me. So we're just going to click on the build number right next to the version number, and our download will begin. So I'm not going to make you guys sit through this, but I will let you know that these are rather large files. So depending on your internet connection speeds, it could take a while, or alternatively, it could be a pretty short process. So now that the iPhone software file download has completed, we can go ahead and find it in our File Explorer right under the Downloads menu. Alright, so we can close that window out, open up iTunes, and plug our device right into the computer. And once iTunes recognizes it, an icon will appear right under the account option in the upper left-hand corner of your display. We can go ahead and click on that to open up the device's main page. Here you'll find things like the iPhone SE's name, of course, the firmware version, which is currently on 15.4 beta 1, and options to back up our device. Now, of course, I would strongly recommend backing up your device to either iCloud or your computer before you continue with the downgrade, as data loss is possible. So once that's all done, you can go ahead and click and hold the shift key on your keyboard, as well as click check for update. Now, if you do want to factory restore the device while downgrading, you can restore the iPhone using the restore iPhone option. Again, I don't recommend it unless you need to erase the device. So in this case, click and hold shift, and we're going to go ahead and click check for update. Now it will come up with this little file explorer menu, and you can see here is our iPhone software file for 15.2, but in the case that it is not here, you can just go to downloads or wherever you downloaded it to, and click it, click open. iTunes will make sure that you want to update to this release. You're just going to click update, and it will begin the downgrade. iTunes may ask for the device's passcode. If it does, just enter the passcode on your phone or your iPad, whatever device you're downgrading, and then it will continue the installation once you do so. Alright, so now that our iPhone SE has finished the downgrade process, we can go ahead and unplug it from our computer. And of course, we should go verify the software version. You can see here, iOS 15.2. The build is 19C5036E. So now you're on iOS 15.2. Alright everyone, that is all I have for this video. Now if you did find this video helpful, or you would just like to say hi, make sure to leave a comment down below. Of course, make sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram using the links in the description below as well. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one.